Good morning students. Welcome to the chemistry class. Our topic is atomic mass. Atomic mass means mass of one atom of any given element. That is atomic mass. If somebody will ask you what is your mass, then you will say 40 kilogram. So every element has their own mass. So example will say we already learned about 118 elements already have been discovered so far. Then around 118 elements you have to learn in this year 20 elements at least you have to learn. So mass of the hydrogen is 1. Likewise mass of carbon is 12, mass of oxygen is 16, mass of calcium is 40. Like that we will learn next chapter. So according to the Dalton's, each element has a characteristic atomic mass. So what is atomic mass? Mass of one atom of any given element, that is atomic mass. So atom size is very small. So it is difficult to measure the atom mass of the atom. So hence their relative atomic masses were determined using the laws of chemical combination and the compounds formed. So we want to learn about the what is relative atomic mass. So relative atomic mass means, so if you want to buy 1 kilogram of fruits, so you will go to the shop and what they will do, then they will put 1 kg in one side of a balance, then fruits other side of the balance. So here we can see that kilogram is the standard unit. Mass of the fruits relative compared to the kilogram. Then kg is the standard unit. So how we can find the mass of the atom? We cannot find the mass of the atom, we cannot use this balance, we cannot use. So we will use, what we will use for find the mass of the atom? Because atom size is very small. Since we cannot directly calculate the mass of an atom, we usually calculate it with respect to the mass of carbon atom. So we are taking carbon 12 as a standard unit. Then in the case of fruits we see that kg is the standard unit. In the case of atom, to find the mass of the atom, here we are taking carbon 12 as a standard unit. So atomic mass is thus calculated with respect to one atomic unit. So earlier it was abbreviated as AMU. AMU means atomic mass unit. So nowadays according to the IUPAC, now it is written at U. So we will say fruits, we want 1 kilogram fruits. After 1 we will write kg. So likewise mass of the hydrogen we will say what is the mass of the hydrogen? We will say 1U. 1U means unified mass. Nowadays according to the IUPAC we are using the unit as unit of mass, that is U, unified mass. So one atomic unit is defined as the mass unit exactly equal to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon 12 atom. So one atomic unit means the mass unit exactly equal to the 1/12 of the mass of a carbon 12 atom. So example we can say atomic mass of oxygen is 16 AMU, but now we are using 16U instead of AM. Earlier we are using this one AMU, now we are using 16U. Then some of the atomic masses of a few elements we can see that element hydrogen atomic mass of hydrogen then 1. Carbon atomic mass of carbon is 12. Atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. Atomic mass of oxygen is 16. Atomic mass of sodium is 23. Atomic mass of magnesium is 24. Atomic mass of sulfur is 32. Atomic mass of chlorine is 35.5. So atomic mass of calcium is 40. This everything you have to by heart it. What is the atomic mass of these elements? At least 20 elements atomic masses you have to learn in this year. Next we will study about molecules. So last chapter we studied about the atom. Atom, what is an atom? Atom is the smallest unit of matter. So it is indivisible, indestructible, it cannot be created nor destroyed. So here we will study about the molecules. Molecules means atoms combine together to form molecules. So molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together. So atom combine to form molecules. Now our body is made up of cell. Cell together form organ. Organ together form organ system. Organ system together form our body. But cell, tissue, organ system, body. Likewise, atoms together form molecules. Cells together form tissue. Likewise, atoms together form molecule. So, molecule is a group of two or more atoms that are chemically bonded together. Atoms of the same element of different elements can join together to form molecules. How? Oxygen, one oxygen react with one oxygen, another oxygen. So, we will get O2. So, two atoms are present there. So, molecules two. Then different elements can join together. Different elements means carbon react with oxygen, we get carbon dioxide. Hydrogen react with oxygen, we get water. So, different elements can join together to form molecules. Atoms of the same element means oxygen react with oxygen, so we get oxygen molecules, O2. Then chlorine react with chlorine, we get same element, so Cl2, chlorine molecules. So different elements can join together form, I told you, hydrogen react with oxygen, we get the water. So carbon react with oxygen, we get the carbon dioxide. Molecules can be divided into two categories. That is, first one, molecules of elements, next molecules of compound. First, molecules of element. What is molecules of element? The molecules of an element contain same type of atoms. Molecules of elements means that is made up of only one atom. Means the molecules of an element contain same type of atoms. Molecules of many elements are made up of only one kind of element. Example, we can see that some noble gases. What is noble gases? Noble gases means they do not take part in the reaction. That's a noble gas. What are the noble gases? Helium, argon, krypton, etc. So molecules of the most of the non-metals are made up of more than one atom. In this case, we studied molecules of many elements are made up of only one atom. That is, I already told you, that is noble gases, argon, helium. These are the elements are made up of only one kind of atoms. Next, we will study the molecule term non-metals. The molecules of most of the non-metals are made up of more than one atom. So, example, molecule of oxygen, O2. Then again we can see that is called as diatomic molecule. Then again we can see ozone. Ozone consists of how many atoms are there? 3 atoms are there. That consists of 3 atoms of oxygen. So we will call it triatomic molecules. Diatomic, monatomic molecule, diatomic molecule, triatomic molecule. So then now you want to study about the atomicity. Why you are studying atomicity means we have to know the number of atoms present in the molecule. So that is called atomicity. Atomicity means the number of atoms present in a molecule. How many atoms are present in the molecule and atoms? So on the basis of atomicity, molecules can be classified as monatomic molecule, diatomic molecule, triatomic molecule, polyatomic molecules. Now we can see that monoatomic molecule. Monoatomic molecule means they consist of, they made up of only one atom. They made up of only one atoms, that is called as monoatomic moles. Already I said that is noble gases. Noble gases are monoatomic molecules because helium, neon, argon, iron, they are made up of only one atoms. So that is called monoatomic molecule. Monoatomic molecules, it is made up of only one atom. Next, diatomic molecules means it made up of two atoms. They consist of two atoms. Example, we can see hydrogen molecule, oxygen molecule, nitrogen molecule, bromine molecule, chlorine molecule. Because its two atoms are present here. Here only one atom is there. Here you see hydrogen, how many atoms are there? 2. Oxygen 2. Nitrogen, how many atoms are there? 2. Bromine 2. Chlorine 2. So it consists of two atoms. That is diatomic molecules. Now we will study triatomic molecule. Triatomic molecules means those elements are made up of 3 atoms. So it consists of 3 atoms. Here you see, we can see oxygen. Oxygen, how many atoms are there? 3 atoms. So it consists of 3 atoms, that is triatomic molecules. Now carbon dioxide, in the case of C, how many atoms are there? 1. O, how many atoms? 2. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 atoms are there. Now here N, 1 atom, oxygen 2 atoms. So how many atoms are there? 3 atoms are present. So we will call it triatomic molecules. Now we will study about tetraatomic molecule. Tetraatomic molecules means they made up of 4 atoms. So example, phosphorus, hydrogen peroxide means phosphorus P, you see how many atoms are there? 4 atoms. Here you see hydrogen, how many atoms are there? 2 atoms are there. Oxygen, how many atoms are there? 2. So total how much it is? 4 atoms. So it called as tetraatomic molecule. Then next, polyatomic molecule. Polyatomic molecules means they consist of more than 4 atoms. They made up of more than 4 atoms. So we can see CH4, pentatonic. Here we call methane pentatonic. Pentatonic means how many atoms are present are there? H4C1. How many atoms? 5 atoms are present there. So it's called a pentatonic. Okay. Then S8. S8 means octoatomic. S8 sulfur. The how many atoms are there? 8 atoms are. So we call as octaatomic. So monoatomic. So atomicity. So on the basis of the atomicity, molecules can be classified as monoatomic molecule, diatomic molecule, triatomic molecule, tetraatomic molecule, polyatomic molecules. So monoatomic molecule means is made up of only one atom. Then diatomic molecule, we can say that it consists of 2 atoms. So you know that hydrogen, here how many atoms? 2 atoms. Triatomic molecules means it consists of 3 atoms. Then O3 you see how many atoms? 2. Here C2, carbon only 1 atom, oxygen 2 atoms. So together it will be 3 atoms. Tetraatomic molecules means they consist of 4 atoms. 4 atoms P4H2O2. Then polyatomic molecules means they consist of more than 4 atoms, that is CH4 and S8. CH4 how many atoms? H4C1 5. So pentaatomic. Now next we will study, first we studied already molecules of elements. Next molecules of compounds. Molecules of compounds means atoms of different element. Molecules of element, we studied that atoms of same element joined together to form. Now molecules of compounds means atoms of different elements joined together in definite proportion. Definite proportion means it will be constant. It cannot be something more than this. So atoms of different elements join together in definite proportion to form molecules of compounds. Some example we can see that molecules of some compound H2O. H2O is compound. This is a compound. Why it's known as compound? More than 2 elements is called as compound. In the first chapter you already studied about element, compound and mixture. Compound means more than 2 elements, that is compound. It is made up of more than 2 elements, that is known as compound. So here it is 2 elements are there. What are the elements? Hydrogen and oxygen. Combining elements are hydrogen and oxygen. If already ratio by mass 1:8, it will be 1:8 constant. It cannot be more than this one. It cannot be 2:8, 2:12. It should be 1:8. 1 is to 8. So now we will say NH3. NH3, how many atoms are there? 4 atoms. Nitrogen is also 1 atom, hydrogen 3 atoms. So what is the combining elements here? Nitrogen and hydrogen. So what are the ratio we can see? 14 is to 3. Why 14 is to 3? Atomic mass of nitrogen is 14. Here atomic mass of hydrogen is 1, but 2 into 1, 2 plus oxygen mass of the oxygen is 16. So we will get what we will get 16. So 2 is to 16 means we will cut it, we will get 1 is to 8. Now NH3 mass of the nitrogen is 14. Mass of the hydrogen is 1. But 1 into how many atoms are there? 3. But 1 into 3. Then 14 is to 3. Then what is the compound? Carbon dioxide. How many atoms are there here? 3 atoms are present. What are the combining elements? Carbon and oxygen. Carbon ratio by mass 3 is to 8. You know that mass of the carbon is 12. Mass of the oxygen is 16. 16 into 2, 32. 32, 12 is to 32. Then 12 upon 32. Then cut it, we will get 3 is to 8 ratio by mass. So molecules can be classified into 2 forms, that is molecules of elements and molecules of compound. But molecules of compound means atoms of different elements joined together in definite proportion. Definite constant proportion, then it will form molecules of compounds. Then example, these are the examples. So many examples we can see that 3 example only I explained here: water, ammonia and carbon dioxide. So here already you got it. This is ratio by mass will be constant, that is molecules of compounds. Now we will study about the ions. What is ion? So when atoms getting charged, so we called it as ions. Means when atoms, group of atoms or molecules gain or lose electron, they become charged. How they become charged? Ion means when atom getting charged, they are called as ions. What kind of charge they are getting? How they are getting the charge? Means if they will lose and gain electrons, then they will get charged. If they are losing and gaining electrons, they become charged. How they become charged? If atoms and molecules lose or gain electrons, they become charged. These charged species are known as ions. But what is ion means? When atoms, molecules lose or gain electrons, they become charged. But these charged species are known as ions. But these can be positive and negative. This can be negatively or positively charged. So we can be categorized into 2 groups. What are the groups? We can call it cations and anions. What is cations? Cations means positively charged ions are known as cations. Means atoms getting positive charge, they are called as cations. So we can see Na plus. Why get the Na plus? Means this losing electron. They are losing electrons, so sodium get the positive charge. So in the case of potassium, here they are losing electron, so they got the positive charge. Then aluminum, in the case of 3 electrons are they losing, so they got the 3 plus. These are formed when elements loses electrons. So cations, these are positively charged ions are known as cations. So why sodium gets positive charge? Because of sodium loses electron. Then how aluminum got the positive charge? Because aluminum loses the electron. These are formed when elements loses electrons. Now usually metals form cations. Then anion means negatively charged particles are known as anions. So we can see that chlorine. Chlorine, in the case of minus we have written. Why? Because they are gaining electrons. Then bromine, in the case of bromine, they are gaining electron. They are gaining 1 electron. Chlorine, they are gaining 1 electron. Then oxygen, in the case of oxygen, they are gaining 2 electron to complete their octet. So O2 minus. Cl minus, Br minus, O2 minus. O2 minus means they are gaining 2 electrons. Now we will study about polyatomic ion. So, if ions already studied, there are category 2 group, cations and anions. Cations means positive charged particles, anions means negatively charged. When it is a positive charged particle, because it loses electrons. Anion means it gaining electrons, that time it is known as anions. Then polyatomic ion means a group of atoms that bear a charge. Here we can see not a group of atoms. In the case of cations and anions, we have seen that there is no group of atoms bear a charge. Here polyatomic ion means a group of atoms that bear a charge. So they are called polyatomic ions. Another name is radicals. So we can see that nitrate. Nitrates means here how many elements are there? Nitrogen. Combining elements are nitrogen and oxygen. So, nitrogen is 1 atom, oxygen is 3 atom. So, nitrate means 2 elements are combining. 2 group of atoms. You can see the group of atoms. How many atoms are there? 4 atoms are there. Means a group of atoms that bear a charge. Bear a charge NO3 minus. That is called polyatomic ions. Then carbonate ion, we can see that how many atoms are there? 4 atoms are there. CO3 2 minus. So means a group of atoms that bear a charge, that is carbonate ion. Sulfate ion means SO4 minus. So a group of atoms means how many atoms? Oxygen 4 and sulfur 1, 5 atoms are present here. Now names and symbols of some ions, we can see that name of ion sodium. So symbol there is Na plus. Na plus means sodium loses electron. Then potassium K plus, silver Ag plus, copper Cu plus, means we can see that 1 electron they are losing 1 electron. Then in the case of magnesium we can see Mg2 plus. Why it is Mg2 plus? Means it loses 2 electron. Calcium we can see CO2 plus, means they are losing 2 electron. Zinc we can see that is 2 electron, they are losing 2 electron. Iron we can see they are losing 2 electron. Copper they are losing 2 electron. Aluminium, in the case of aluminium 3 electrons they are losing. Iron in the case of 3 electrons they are losing. So we can see non-metallic element. These are the metals we can see, metals. In the case of metals, here non-metallic element. So we studied about the metals form cations. Then non-metals forms anions. We can see hydrogen H plus, only one, that is hydrate H minus. Then chloride Cl minus. Iodide I minus, means they are gaining electron. Oxide O2 minus, they are gaining 2 electrons. Sulfide gaining 2 electrons. Nitrate N3 minus. Now some of the polyatomic ions, ammonia. Ammonia means NH4. A group of atoms bear a charge. NH4 plus, hydroxide OH minus, nitrate NO3 minus, hydrogen carbonate HCO3 minus, carbonate CO3 2 minus, sulfate SO3 2 minus, sulfate S4 2 minus, phosphate PO4 3 minus. These are the polyatomic symbols you want to learn. What are the symbols of polyatomic ion? You want to learn carbonate CO3 2 minus. This you want to by heart it. So, okay, thank you.